Welcome to Second Act Podcast. I am Justin Sims, and I'm joined always by my co-host, Michael Stone. And today, it's one of our Second Act Podcast chit-chats. And it's a very, very open, broad topic. We're talking about UFOs today. And our special guest on this chit-chat is a very, very good friend of mine, the enchanting Andrea Alonso. She's super talented. She's an awesome friend. And she knows a lot about the subject we're talking about today, UFOs. Now, Andrea, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Let me ask you a question. Thank you. Have you ever been abducted by aliens?
Wow, that's a good starter. Okay, so let's keep it real. Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
You didn't even know that one.
I didn't know that one. Follow-up question to that is, was there any probing that happened? And if so, can you be specific?
No, there wasn't.
Okay, good. That's my biggest fear of being abducted.
That
is
was
like,
mine
where
too.
are you sticking your weird alien instruments?
I mean, yeah, no
So,
probing.
all right, so you've been abducted, you say.
Yes.
How do you know?
Well, there was a first stage when it happened, and it almost felt like a dream, but it wasn't. And then what came after that was just kind of like a follow-up, just kind of let me know that it's not a dream, this actually really happened.
How old were you when this happened?
This was last year.
Last year. Woo, so 2017,
Yeah.
you were abducted by aliens. Now,
Everyone's gonna think I'm crazy.
well, no.
No, I was just gonna say, what were you taking?
That's what. Yeah,
Nothing.
that's where I was gonna go. Was there any kind of substance involved at all?
Nothing at all.
Because I've tripped on acid before, and one time I thought I was a vampire because no, seriously, because my reflection walked away from me, and I was stuck in the mirror for like 10 hours, like seeing every pore in my face and thinking I was a vampire.
Yeah, no, nothing.
So no acid,
No, nothing.
no psychedelics.
Nothing. It was October of last year. And it was when I was going through a change spiritually and also physically and mentally. And I think that opened up a door for things to come into my life.
Like a
to
higher
help
consciousness
me.
kind
Yes,
of?
definitely higher consciousness. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question about the abduction. Did you feel like they had put anything in you? Like, did you wake up and your head was like leaning to the right a little bit? Like, I think that they put like some kind of metal, like GPS, somewhere in this region.
No, at the time I didn't, but now I'm kind of starting to think maybe.
That they like put like a tracking device or
Yes.
something. Like, we gotta find this one.
Yeah. Not like a tracking
For
device,
follow-ups.
Yeah,
but something like that.
that's crazy. Okay, so now Michael Stone, let me ask you: have you ever been abducted by aliens?
No.
How do you know?
I don't know.
So
I should have said I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
better answer. So Michael Stone doesn't think so.
I don't think so.
Do you even believe in aliens?
That's a yes and no.
But it's more of a no.
More of a no.
So if you ever have to question if it's yes or no, it's more of a no. If I ask her if she believes, she's going to go, yeah, look at, they stuck this thing in me.
No. What does believe in aliens even mean, really, to me? I don't know. I would say no.
Do you believe she got abducted?
No.
Do you believe she accidentally ate acid and didn't know and got abducted?
Maybe.
That's more likely,
That's
you
a
think?
more likely scenario to me.
Okay. We're going to watch a quick video. I found this video first, so I think it's really important because I found it. So we're going to play this, and we're going to get a reaction from super believer, been abducted, doesn't know if he was abducted, doesn't believe it. Let's watch this video and check it out.
Sorry.
The beginning of this video is
Lights and strange objects in the
that's
sky are
a
simple
star
video
bright.
showing
That's my
We're never far from something mysterious or unexplained, and lots of these clips are pretty convincing.
These guys are always
Then there
English.
the others,
Yeah, they are.
The ones that are slightly
Somewhere
easier
British.
to explain.
were the aliens that abducted you, were they British?
No, they were not.
Here, for instance, a
Look at this one. This one's really real. Ready?
Whoa!
Whoa!
That's bad.
Whoa!
That's horrible.
Look at that thing.
Oh, God.
You can ride that at Epcot.
Sadly, the video finished.
Look at it! Oh my God!
But perhaps they're friendly with this lot. 3 flying saucers this time,
Oh, that's
hovering in a
horrible.
line
Right over Central Park.
This UFO host has even managed
Bruce
to make
Willis.
That was taken on 9/12.
Quite an achievement.
Look at that thing.
Oh
For
wow.
the enthusiasts who
Look at
aren't
this.
quite so computer savvy, these American dudes are going for atmosphere as they.
That's a drunk alien, bro.
Looks like a drone.
On the screen. But it
Looks
all
like a
becomes
can.
really unmysterious
Right?
when the bloke holding the ladder gets a bit
Yeah.
bored.
Yes!
Back from the UFO
That's
fakers,
great.
though,
Cut, take
it's
two.
out from the UK.
Oh, that's funny.
Just a mediocre fake until the lad with the fishing rod gets
Man, that was
in
some
the
good
shot.
acting too.
Wow.
Mind-boggling.
So fishing pole's all you need.
My mind is blown.
All right, so reactions to that video. I thought it was very informative.
Sure.
Very.
Yeah.
I
Some
thought the guy was
Hollywood.
fishing for a Loch Ness monster. In the end.
He was, but the bait you need is a UFO.
Now, I will say, I believe that's a definite possibility.
What, the Loch Ness monster? So you're more believing that there's a sea creature that we haven't caught for
A possibility.
centuries versus her being abducted.
Yeah.
Why?
Do you believe in Bigfoot
Because
too?
there, I think you could. I think a creature could definitely live for thousands of years.
And just fly under the radar.
Family, have babies, learn how to stay away from the public or whatever. Fuck, who knows what the
They're
fuck
camera
is down
shy.
in the bottom of the fucking.
Yeah, they're like, listen, dragon children, stay away from the paparazzi. Dwell in the dark crevices of the lake.
Right, there probably is dark fucking holes in that lake that people have never even been
That
down.
I believe.
Probably,
Yeah.
and maybe it's
I
like a
believe that.
dinosaur that
Yeah.
just kind of
There's
survived.
so many things in the ocean
That's
that
what
we
I'm
haven't
saying.
even found today.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I
What is
do.
it? 10% of the ocean's
It's
only been
absolutely
discovered.
possible. Some
So-
kind of a thing. Some kind of dinosaur.
Well, something we should get into later in the show is something called USOs. Do you know about these?
No.
Unidentified submerged objects. This is a real thing.
Oh, yes.
It's actually people seeing alien crafts coming in and out of the ocean.
Well, they do. That's where they hide their ships.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Right. That would be like, that's like Las Vegas for aliens.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like the movie Abyss. I mean, what
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
All right. Well, as we get into this debate, because I brought boxing gloves. I really want you guys to like go at it here. We're gonna show a quick video, one that you gave us.
Yes.
So we're past the first video,
you
which was
came up with that
purposely
one.
bogus. Yeah, the first
was
one was
it?
just bogus. It's me making fun of us, really. This one though is the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and this was recently, and it was in Mexico, I believe.
Okay, so this is Mexico.
Mexico or Colombia.
When you say recently, this is like a couple weeks old.
Yeah, a couple weeks. Yeah.
So real fresh. Michael Stone, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn on your alien thing.
All right, it's on.
Let's see.
Ah, these are my boy, Secure Team.
Secure
Ooh,
team.
Secure
Yeah,
team.
Secure Team 10. He's great. That's good, yeah.
¿Detrás de la palma?
You see him behind the palm trees.
Oh, there's two.
Estamos aquí en vivo en Rosarito y no sé si alcanzan a mirar, pero hay
Oh,
un
wow.
chingo de ovnis de aquí a la verga.
He said, you
Hay
know,
uno. Wow, me están dando escalofríos esta madre.
he's like, it's giving me the chills. I mean, it's,
Hay un chingo de policías por todos lados.
he's like, there's cops
A ver,
everywhere.
¿cuántos hay? ¿Cuántos hay?
Yeah,
Hay
you hear the
varios,
sirens.
Yeah.
abuelita, hay varios.
He's like, he's with his grandma. He's like, there's a lot, grandma.
Estamos aquí en Rosarito en
Wow.
vivo y hay un chingo de ovnis por un chingo
they're
de ovnis
stationary,
por
they're
They're
not
todos
moving.
stationary. There's not just, I believe that there was 5. I mean, look at, it's
No
just,
se mueven.
he's like, they don't move.
Ahí hay otro.
Huh.
What the fuck?
That was in English.
¿Qué pedo? No, hey. Abuelita,
His
Mira lo
grandma's
que
like,
está
I don't
pasando
care.
Rosarito hay un montón de ovnis, lo estamos viendo en vivo.
I'm hungry. Get back
Yeah.
in the car.
Yeah, right?
I got some stuff cooking at home.
estamos aquí en Rosarito, vamos saliendo de Rosarito para San Diego y estamos aquí parados porque pues hay un chingo de,
All right, we can cut it.
de cosas volando en el cielo que
So what's your response to that? And then Mike, what's your response?
See, here's the thing. There's a lot of videos out there, like the first one. There's a lot of videos that's garbage, that you know that is fake, that you know that people have made just to get reactions, to get stuff out on YouTube, blah, blah, blah.
Get viewers or whatever.
Give viewers something to look at and talk about. And then you've got this kind of shit that it's like, okay, that looks pretty damn real.
I agree.
I agree too.
That looks
Yeah.
pretty damn
It's just
real.
not a UFO.
Well,
It was real.
I disagree. I mean, it's not a street light, and it's
No,
not,
they were. That was looked like real things in the air.
Now I have
In
to
the
say.
sky.
Now I have to say, with that being said, I believe our government has a lot of this technology, and I believe that they've been building a lot of these ships. Well, we have our new Space Force now, right? Do we not have a Space Force?
Right.
I believe that a lot of the things that people see, especially in New Mexico, ships, the triangle ones and things like that, I think a lot of those are ours. I think that's stuff that our government's built. I think that they're getting ready for something that's a big possibility in the future, and they have the technology that they've received or taken from UFOs that have come here, etc.
And use the technology.
Use that, and they've built these things. So I believe
Right.
a lot of the stuff that you see is other beings or UFOs, something not from here. And then the other half is our own stuff.
So you're thinking 50-50.
I do think it's 50-50.
Mike, what's your reaction?
I would say they definitely look real, but I would say they're U.S. government made machines.
Now she's saying 50-50. Half of the ones we see are real alien outer space stuff, and the other half is this top secret government hidden stuff. What would you say the percentage is?
We saw the first stealth bomber in '92.
How long do they have
They
it?
had them from the '70s. They made them in the '70s.
So 2 decades.
You wouldn't know. We don't know what they have.
Right.
That's another
The public
thing.
has no idea what the fucking government has, how far they've gotten in being able to have engines that don't take fuel even.
100%.
Agreed.
People
Yeah.
have invented, I've seen these videos on YouTube of people that invented shit, invented power, invented energy, fucking things that don't take.
Like on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That make energy. And then the government doesn't let them patent it because for some government fucking reason.
For their own
Not,
interest.
and not just that they don't let them patent it, but they take it from them.
Yeah, they take it
They
from
take
them.
it from them and they use it for themselves.
So
But-
I would say it's half of what she says, but the part about they got it from alien ships, I'm saying fucking Americans or Chinese, Asian inventors invented them.
Over
fucking
time have
engines.
just come up with this
Yeah.
crazy technology.
I
That's
disagree.
what I
I
think.
think they've gotten all that from aliens. Phones, TVs, everything. All this technology. I know we're smart, and I do strongly believe that a lot of the things that we've gotten, whether it's technology stuff or planes, things like that, I believe that came from alien technology.
From clues or pieces that we've
From
gotten
pieces from things that they gave us. I think they trade things with us.
But what do we give them? We're like, here's this virgin baby.
That worked.
Yeah.
Give us the F
I think
bomber.
that they. I think they do.
Here's the. I mean, what do we trade an alien?
They use humans. They use them as bait.
So like, listen, here's Andrea Alonso.
They don't want
October
me.
of 2017, you can probe her. Give us the stealth bomber in return. Like, how do you barter with an alien? Who do we send? Trump up there? Trump's like, I'm orange like you.
Well, he's.
I'll trade you this wig. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
are
don't
you-
see what we would have that they could want.
That's what I'm saying. What are we trading him? I'm like, listen,
we
I
have
got
a
this
planet.
fruit roll up. Like, what do I?
Well, we have a great planet.
We do have a great planet. So you
So-
think we're selling out the
Maybe they
planet?
need water.
Use our ocean.
There's a lot of things that we have that other planets out there don't. I mean, NASA's sent things everywhere, and that's a whole other thing. But our planet is capable of life living, and it has a lot of things in abundance that other species want.
So we'll trade you Richard Simmons for the Great Trench. And you can hide all the aliens in there
think they're
and have
using-
this alien back.
I think they're using humans as trading. Yeah, I definitely do.
Look, it's not totally impossible. I just don't believe
That's the
that
window
it's ever
open. You
happened.
heard that? Whoop, the window opens.
I don't say that it's not remotely possible that there's life forms in the universe.
Well, there has to be. We can't.
I
First
just
of all, we
know there
can't
doesn't
be.
have
yeah.
to be.
Well, we can't be
It's
the only
a
thing
remote
here.
possibility that there is.
So you're saying remote possibility. You're saying there's no way. I'm more with Andrea. I'm thinking it's kind of egotistical of us to think in this huge forever scape that our tiny planet is the only one that produced life.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, that's a little egotistical.
It comes down to a scientific
98%
thing.
sure that that's the case.
He's 98%, so there's only a 2% chance that there's other life. How can you say that with
97.
such confidence? Okay, 3% chance. Still very small, Mike.
But see, there's too much evidence, especially nowadays with our technology, with how we can, with our phones, with the
Our alien
satellites
technology.
the stuff that we see in space. I mean, you can find almost anything online, and like I said, a lot of the stuff is garbage and it is bullshit. But
And some would say there is no space.
yeah, well, and some
a
say that
dome.
the Earth is flat,
It's a
and that's
dome.
hysterical. But yeah, a dome, yeah, or a donut. I don't know.
Let's watch the next clip to see if, because that window's open and Michael. Let's see if we can open a little bit more with this next clip. This is one that Andrea, I actually found. You didn't send me this one.
Okay.
I found this one, and it's not a joke.
Okay.
But it's short. Let's play it. And I think it looks real to me.
Okay.
Not quite sure if it's going to be real to you guys, but let's find out. Another quick one.
Oh yes, I think I've seen.
You've seen this one?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And may I point something out?
Yes.
That I believe that a lot of the ships have I think they all have cloaking devices. I think they're everywhere and we can't see them, or they make themselves out to be something else.
So when you say cloak, you mean like a camouflage
Yes,
type of,
yes.
like
So they're
mimic other
yes,
images?
So they can be an airplane that you may look at, or it could be a cloud, or just the plain sky that's there, and they're actually there.
Interesting. Because if that's the case,
I
then-
think they're everywhere, even outside right now. Even as we walk out, I think they're everywhere. They're watching. We just can't see it.
So as you guys can see, the approach of this saucer or whatever this thing is, aircraft.
Okay, I got you.
This is not a plane,
Okay,
or what we know, Michael, as a normal plane.
I have a story with this craft right here.
You have a story with this particular
With this
one?
exact one. I've
Really?
seen it with my own eyes.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Look, they have to test the shit somewhere.
And they do, yeah. No, and I agree that there's a lot that isn't UFO, and it's our own government. But there's a lot that
Okay.
is. Back in I want to say 94, 95, here in Palm Beach Gardens, myself, my mother, and my stepfather were getting home from dinner. We got out of the car. We lived over there off of Hood Road in Central. Right behind the house where the woods were these exact same lights. Right there. Except for they were vertical.
So it was like the same thing, but flipped
Yes,
this way?
but flipped.
Okay.
And the three of us stood there and stared at it. And a light went on, a light went on, a light went on, and it did this little game where the lights went on, went off. It did that for a few minutes, and we kind of looked at each other like,
Well, it looks like they went off and on, or they could be like rotating.
I don't know what it
like
was.
Three lights
but
rotating.
we saw it, and I said, "What the fuck is that?" And as soon as we kind of started talking about it, all the lights came on at the same time, and that shit just, I mean, it like took off at it wasn't it yeah it was
millisecond.
I mean, like it was so fast, and it just went up and boom, gone. And we're like, okay. Funny story about that is we were the only people in Palm Beach Gardens that saw it that night. There was several hundred people that saw it, and it was in the newspaper.
Okay, so you definitely saw something that night because a lot of people saw it.
Yes.
And it looked like that one.
And it looked like that.
It's weird I picked that one.
Yeah.
It's pretty strange.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me ask you this.
So not only have I seen it with my own eyes, you know what I mean? This is why I'm such a believer. And I wasn't so hardcore about it till last year.
Right.
Till these things
That's
started
what I was
happening
gonna ask
to me.
you, yeah.
I always believed, and I always knew that, in my heart, yeah, I know there's something up there. But it didn't become as strong as it is now till what happened last year.
So So since last October, how has that changed? Has the frequency in your experience gone up? Have you been more
Definitely.
susceptible to? Are you more aware of it? I mean,
Yes.
does your butt hurt? Like, what's up?
That doesn't hurt. That's fine. That's doing okay. For now. But
You don't know. You haven't had all the follow-ups yet.
I mean, I
I
know,
know,
maybe
exactly.
maybe they did, and I just don't remember.
They just numbed it.
That's just weird. Yeah. Yeah.
They got
Or-
stuff we don't
or
know
they-
about. It's like Ambisol for your ass. It's amazing. I was abducted last night. How do you know? My ass is
That's
asleep.
numb.
You feel nothing. Aliens. So how has it changed
Okay.
you?
I feel a lot. Okay. Not just with that, but other things. Speaking at a higher consciousness level, I feel like, I think to reach a certain level of consciousness, you have to go up the steps.
Okay.
And some people can get there faster than others, like we were talking about before. Everybody's at their own time. I think that once you start reaching certain levels, things start to open up. That third eye opens up.
Okay.
Your brain expands a little
So things
more.
start to connect and
Things
make
start
sense.
to connect and make sense, and you start to see things for what they really are instead of tuning it out and washing it away with TV and music and all this bullshit that this society, the world distracts you with, so you don't have to see the real picture of what's really going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once that kind of opens up, you become more aware of things. You start to see things more. You start to feel things more. You start to do, like I did, start researching. Yeah. I don't want to talk, no pun intended,
It's okay.
out of my ass.
Hey, it's all right. Let the aliens speak.
I don't want to talk out of my ass, but I like to research what I'm talking about.
Sure.
I don't want to just talk about my experiences and how I feel. I want to talk about things that are facts,
Yeah,
too.
you have backed some stuff to back up your argument.
Correct. So, I mean, and my belief, and the next person may not feel that way, but my belief is my belief because of all the research that I've done. And
And your experiences on top of that research.
Right. So, I mean, that's
So it has changed you
a lot.
since a year.
It's changed me a lot. It's changed me in so many different ways, like on so many different levels.
I know this may be a cheesy question, but it's a genuine question. Do you feel more alien? Since it? I mean, that's a weird question. But like, legit, like.
I'm going to have to say a little bit.
Okay. How? Like, are your eyes more open?
No, not well. Yes, but like this is like an intern. This is like.
Can you open your eyes underneath the pool without them burning? Like, what happens?
It's more like an internal
Tinfoil
thing.
wrapped sandwiches by itself around you?
And I got it on my head and stuff too. We talk all night.
Seriously though, like.
But no, I feel like if say like I want to communicate with a higher level, a different frequency. We're on different frequencies here. We're in there's 3D, 4D, 5D. Everybody on a normal life plane lives in that 3D. And there's, some of it, you try to get to the next step. 5D and raising your consciousness is raising your awareness and opening up your mind and your being to communicate with other things. Yeah, absolutely.
So what have you been able to communicate with since October that you weren't able to communicate
I'm all about the raising your consciousness and all of that you're talking about until you hit the point with communicate with other.
Well, let's dive into that a little bit.
I'm all about raising your consciousness
Be
and
more
getting to a higher
specific.
level of consciousness, and I'm absolutely all about getting to the fucking absolutely higher
top
states
zen.
higher states
Yes.
of being. But the communicating part
Let me explain it then.
gets me.
Let me explain
That's
that.
where it kind of goes off
Okay.
the rails.
Yes, with reaching your higher meditation and balancing your chakras and getting in tune with yourself and grounding yourself with the earth and finding that there's more to everything than just the mundane crap
And
that
I'm
you
with
deal
all
with
that.
every day.
I'm with
Yes.
you on that.
There's a part of that you can expand into, whether you can if you want to, you don't have to, and reach other beings on other different levels and speak to. And I haven't personally spoken, like we don't have conversations and talk like, hey, what's
It's not like
what
me
you
and
doing?
like us talking now.
Right. It's more of a mental thing. You know what I'm
Like you
saying?
just get information.
You get information, or they show you things. You see what I'm saying? There's no talking. Everything's telepathically.
Can you give us an example though, or even if it's a small example of like something you received, not verbally like we're talking, but like you're saying, like you were shown something, your being was shown something. Like, can you give us anything tangible so like the Michael Stones in the world can go, oh, that connects that dot a little clearer?
Oof.
Like just an example of, I mean, it could be anything. You know what? I knew that asshole wasn't right for me, and then the alien showed me he was a piece of shit.
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
it's but you also have to understand, it's not, when I speak of aliens too, it's not just, it's a consciousness level. So it's not just talking to them, it's you're kind of talking to yourself.
your inner self.
Yes, and a higher spiritual level. So it's a divine power too. So at the same time that I believe in aliens and I know that they exist in my heart, I also believe in the divine. I believe in God. I believe that there's all that there. I think that all connects together.
Okay.
I think we got it twisted.
On all that so far.
Excuse me. I think we got it twisted throughout the years and formed a religion, and everything got fucked up from there. I think everything's one thing together. And I think that when you start reaching those levels of consciousness, you start seeing things. And if you want to figure it out and do your research and want to know more, it will be shown to you.
So you've been able to be more in touch and communicate on a higher level with your highest level inner self.
Yes, and I don't think it's even my highest level yet.
But the highest one you've touched.
The one I've gone to, yeah. Because it never stops. I don't think it ever stops. You never stop learning.
There's never
you never
no
stop.
ceiling on it.
There's not. It's just you keep going.
Well,
It's
that's
just,
good news. So there's no like level that we reach, and then this is it.
Ceiling on your consciousness.
No,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's so infinite.
I'm with all that.
It's so infinite. You know, it doesn't stop. You don't. You know.
So when you say you've contacted and been able to communicate with other beings, it's really yourself, other beings in yourself.
Yes, but they are there.
Okay, who is they though?
Well, I'm talking about like the higher beings, aliens, whatever we're calling.
I'm just
them.
trying to make
Okay.
as like when you're reading a story to a 5-year-old and you got to show them the picture.
And let me explain about that too. It's not just like one little alien. It's not like one little gray guy. You know what I mean? It's not.
It's not the noise.
It's not. You know. Yes. It's
Domino's
there's
back in the day.
Yes. It's not just there.
Remember the noise?
There's
He was an alien.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So there's different breeds of them. You know, there's not just the grays. You know, you've got different ones. You've got different. The ascension, the high, you know, there's different levels of them, and there's good ones and there's bad ones. Like the gray ones are the bad ones, you know, and then you got others like the, you know, Arcturians and Pleiadians, and those are the ones that are actually here to help us and guide us, and those are the ones that come to you. Certain people get abducted for different things. If you got abducted and they probed you and did all kinds of shit to you, and you feel all weird and woke up with bruises and, you know, dots all over your body that you can't explain, and you know, I don't know, woke up in your freezer, then maybe that wasn't a good thing, but...
Probably not. Sounds horrible.
But, you know, if you have, you know, a certain type of experience to where...
You get some abilities.
That, well,
Yeah, right? For real.
I mean, it's not X-Men movie here.
That'd
I mean,
be dope.
that would be great, but I don't think
Abduct
that's...
me tonight.
Yeah.
You know, there's different ones that show you different things
So
at different levels.
If you had to say right now, up to this point, what the purpose of you being abducted was, what is that reason?
Ooh, I don't know.
Tough one.
Yeah.
If you had to right now, up until now, it's only been a year.
Mm-hmm.
But up until this point, and obviously this may be an answer you never know.
I want to, so where, because I can definitely, even totally with you up to a point, but where does the name Pleiadians come from? YouTube.
Well, no, there's... Okay, there is stuff on YouTube. Yes,
Right.
Of course there's things on YouTube. There's things all over the internet.
I know,
Google,
but that's
YouTube, you can
where
find...
did you first hear about fucking Pleiadians and whatever the other people are called?
well-
YouTube, right?
Well, YouTube, Google, you got to read and research too. You know, you got to...
use what's accessible to you.
But it's funny because when what happened to me happened, I didn't know anything about what certain things look like, what they did, why they were here, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know anything. All I know is what I saw and what I experienced. And then I started researching. And then I found that. So it's something I'd never seen before.
But the
So
dots
how can you
started to
explain
connect.
that?
But the dots started to connect. You mean
And
that
I don't know that hurt you in any way.
You mean that
I'm
you
not,
saw
I'm not
stuff?
saying it's like a bad thing.
No, I mean...
I'm not saying that hurt your life in any way whatsoever.
Made
Well,
my
if
life
anything,
better.
it helps it because it's given her something. Her experience, if it was her being abducted or a dream, let's say, from the skeptic point of view, it's nonetheless has benefited her positively thus far.
There you go.
But you had just said that you saw things
Yeah.
in your experience that later on, when you researched, you saw it again.
What it looked like.
And you were like, whoa, there's no way.
There's no way I would have known that before. I never researched it before. I never saw it in a book. I never read about it. I never YouTubed it.
So is this some like crazy like deja vu on steroids moment?
Weird kind of thing like that.
Whoa, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a dream.
I've done that. Everybody has.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But on the level of that though?
I don't
On the
know,
level
but-
of
look, I
I
don't know.
saw this?
I don't know. I'm just saying I've had
Vivid-
deja vu moments where I could have
'Cause that's
sworn I
like-
saw that or did that.
Yeah, but this is like deja vu on Flocka. This is like deja vu. You know what I mean? Like a major level
And
of it.
I didn't put it together, and I never said or thought that I thought that I was abducted or maybe taken and shown something. I don't want to say like maybe abducted because some people might take that differently and say, oh, you know, just taken it. No, I feel like they came to me and they showed me. They showed me things and they showed me certain things and after that happened is when I was like, all right, what is this? So I started doing my research and then I had almost like a follow-up visit, if you will. And
that confirmed a lot of things for you.
it confirmed a lot because, you know, a lot of people, you know, with dreams and, you know, astral projecting and all these things that you can do in your dreams and all these things that your mind can do because your brain can do some funky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people go, oh, well, that was that, you know, go see a doctor, or here, take a pill, you know. No, for me, that changed everything. I mean, everything. And like I said, ever since that happened, and that's why it's so real to me. Because I don't want to do certain things that I used to do or want to do. I don't even think about it. I don't even want to be.
Like, give me an example of what's something that changed in you. Like, what do you no longer want to do that you used to want to do?
Okay, so there's a couple factors. There's the mental, where I've always had a temper. I've always been an angry person, or I used to be. A lot of this has changed a lot in me. Has just.
So you're less angry.
Yes, like I feel like everything. It's calmed me.
But you feel it in your attitude.
I feel it. Yes.
That's awesome.
I feel it in my attitude. Then certain, you know, like wanting to go out and like, you know, how I used to be back in the day and get fucked up or do this. I don't want to do that because I feel like that's going to block my brain, my consciousness from connecting with them.
Wow. Okay.
So it's changed so much. It's on so many different levels.
It's like purified you, it sounds like.
Yes.
Like your attitude and like less substance intake and stuff like that. So you
I don't
keep
even
that
want to do
connection.
anything anymore. I mean, I'll drink
Like-
and stuff like that, but it's not on the level that I used to.
Right.
And I don't want to do anything that I used to do because I feel like the way that I was with certain things, substances and everything in the past, I feel like that was something that was put there
It was blocking.
to block what I'm supposed to know, what I'm supposed to know.
Interesting. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
That makes sense. We're going to show another video real quick. Let's watch the next one. This is another one that you sent. I find this one just fascinating. I mean, it's a real quick one. Let's check it out. Now, is this another one that was recent?
I don't think too recent, but
In the last 10 years.
probably, yeah, maybe 5.
Yeah, look at that turn right there. That's crazy.
Now,
It's very phallic.
you know what I mean? Like, you can't explain that.
That's pretty wild.
Looks like a whale in the ocean.
Yeah.
It does kind of look like a whale. But then it's...
But, you know,
But see, that's propelling to me. That's shooting something out of the back of it.
and this is people, again, with their technology. again, with technology and having, cell phones that have great cameras on them, and us being able to document things better than we used to be able to back in the day with all the fake shit videos.
Not even comparable.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you got a lot of stuff, and it's not just people, filming and documenting stuff. What was it, last year, I believe, or the beginning of this year, that the government came out and said, yeah, there's UFOs, and here's a video. And it was a couple Air Force pilots confirming that what they saw was not a plane.
Now,
it was a fucking alien.
The government do that? Why did they decide,
See,
2018, we're going to say they're out there?
Here's what I think. And this is why I'm always saying disclosure's coming.
Yeah, I see you put that a lot, and I like it. Right,
but it's confusing.
Tell me in layman's terms, in the audience, and Michael, what that means.
Okay, so this is what I think it means. I think that, like I said, with the knowledge that we have today, as opposed to back in the day or whatever, let's say the 90s, and the videos and the people talking about it and things coming to light.
Just really a consciousness being...
Right. What I mean by disclosures, I mean... especially with the UFO, with that whole, subject, I think that it's going to come to a point to light to where everybody's going to know that it's 100% true and it's real. I think the government knows that. I think that they've always known. Like I said, they have the ships that they've built from the alien technology. They've been dealing with this. They have classified files. They have all kinds of shit.
Now, what do you say they knew? They knew that inevitably one day it was going to come out?
This was going to happen. I mean, even Ronald Reagan had his Star Wars thing, right? Remember that? It's just, they know what's coming. They know what's happening. And how do you prepare the public for that? You feed them little things here and there.
You get them ready.
You get them ready. You don't want to scare the
pile.
shit out of them, right? You throw little things at them. And you give them little things here and there. And you go on Fox News and CNN. Yes, this is an alien. Aliens do exist. Aliens are real. Yeah, everybody, whoa, for a week, and then they forget about it and go back to their normal lives.
Yeah, but how? Let me ask you this.
I haven't gotten a little thing.
A little what?
What, the little information?
I haven't gotten anything.
Well, no, but what she's saying is, it makes sense to me. Which doesn't mean it makes sense to everybody. But it makes sense to me in the sense that she's saying, like, January or February of this year, they, released a video.
I didn't get it.
Then they're releasing another video.
Where was it?
Another video.
You can find it on YouTube.
So they slowly are giving us little
but
pieces.
You're saying they were giving the public. I'm saying, no,
they were
didn't
released.
Give the public.
Well, they didn't send everybody an email.
The few people that would have been looking for that fucking
Well, no, maybe. But they didn't send everybody an email.
You got
Ask
Neil
your mom if
deGrasse,
she's
too,
got
talking
the
about
My
it.
mom definitely didn't see it.
My dad got it either.
Love you, Mom.
I'm
You
saying
didn't
the
see
public
video.
didn't get shit. A few people might have noticed.
They probably put it on YouTube and on the news.
They put it was on the news,
Yeah.
and whether they played it for a day or maybe a week, and it was in a spot here or there, they played it. They showed it. They told people. The people that saw it. And you've got retired the Air Force pilots, and you've got people that worked for certain departments of the government that came out.
That now feel like they can
talk about it safely
Right.
because a lot of people have come out and been speaking up about it. And my point is, what I mean about the disclosure, I mean that, like I said, they're feeding us a little by little, because when the shit hits the fan, when the big thing comes, they want people to be like, yeah, I saw that coming.
No,
So, oh my God, total chaos,
here.
mass fucking, let's
Right,
let's loot and destroy things and,
What's the word I'm looking? I've been prepped for this.
Right.
I've
So
been,
they're slowly feeding you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a fish in a tank. Like, here's
But
a little
what is
piece,
that big thing? Like, what is that? The alien president comes and meets our orange president? Like, what is that huge thing that makes the Michael Stones and the Susan Sims of the world go, I was wrong, it's real? Like, what's going to be that
boom moment?
Yeah, what is that thing?
I don't know.
Guesstimate.
But I'm thinking it's going to be something like, I think there's going to be, maybe not like a takeover, but maybe like a...
Little invasion?
Yeah, maybe something like that. You got to say also, with all the movies that Hollywood makes, like you got Independence Day, and you got Alien and Predator and all this shit.
Movies.
A lot of alien movies. I feel like if you pluck out a little thing here and there from each one, you can kind of get them telling you something. You know what I mean? So I think something's going to happen. I don't know what it is. I myself, people may disagree with me. I already think and believe that when it comes to aliens and these different races of them and all these things, I already think that they're already in our government. They're in our White House. It grows beyond just believing in aliens and all that. I think it goes into the Illuminati and all that other shit that revolves and makes a big circle around the world and says, yeah, this is what we're going to do here. This is who's going to be president there. This is how this is going to work.
I do.
And I think
It's a
that they have
YouTube rabbit
plans.
hole.
You could lose yourself
That's a
on
YouTube
YouTube.
You
rabbit
can
hole.
lose
The whole
yourself
thing
on
is-
YouTube. You can. Yeah, I've spent.
Somebody's getting paid for
The
all
whole
this.
Sleepless
thing is
nights.
a YouTube rabbit hole.
But no, I think that it's something that they've been trying to put out there, but they're doing it slowly. And because they don't want to scare people, because you tell a person something and it's this conversation. You tell people something, and you can have chaos. I think what was that in Men in Black? I think it was what's his name? Told Will Smith.
Tommy Lee.
Yes, in the first Men in Black, something about that. You know how it would come down, they'd take the little thing, beep beep beep. What you saw was swamp grass reflecting from Venus.
Right.
All this
Okay, that's
bullshit.
what I
Okay,
saw.
that's exactly what I saw. You know what I mean?
Yes, Fox News.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. Like, just dumb people down. Like, no, that's not what you saw. This is what it is. But yeah, I mean.
Well, I know about people is you can tell them a lot, but you can't. You can talk to them a lot, but you can't tell them much.
But you can't. Yes, I agree.
So, but I do agree with you that they're slowly giving us little morsels, and it could be perceived as preparing
And
us
that's
for
preparing
something.
us, and that's why I always talk about disclosure. Coming back to that, I think something's gonna come to light, and that's what disclosure means.
Now,
Something's
when you
gonna
say
come to
disclosure's
light.
coming, now nobody knows the time when this is going to happen,
No,
or if
nobody
this
does.
is going to happen for sure.
Right.
But if you were to guess, we're in November 2018.
Yes.
If you were a betting woman and you had to put money on when this was going to happen, give me a month and give me a year. Guesstimation. Don't put your money on this. This is a guesstimation from somebody that's very deep into the game.
So last year I had this feeling, this thought, something was put into my head
This
that I
reveal.
can't. Right, and it said something big's gonna happen next year, and I kept telling people about it all year long. Something big's gonna happen this year. Something big's gonna happen this year, and a lot of big things have happened this year.
Sure.
Like like I was just talking about, the news coming out and saying, like, yeah, aliens exist. Look at this. We have footage. All these people talking about all these different things happening. Now, when it comes to that, the big disclosure, my feeling is very soon, but I don't know what very soon means. I don't know if I'm talking about next year, if I'm talking about 5 years from now, but it feels in that
Soon.
time frame.
1 to 5 years. Guesstimation.
If I had to guess with everything that's going on and how things are going and how this world is going, within the next 5 years. But in that, a lot of things are going to happen. And I also think that there's going to be two different ways that it goes about. I think there's going to be a fake one, and then there's going to be a real one.
Why a fake one, though?
Well, I don't
point?
know that. Just like,
What would be the point of it?
that's what I don't know. But I think that they're going to come at us with something fake first, and then they're going to come at, and then the real shit's going to come. Why they're doing that, I don't know. Are the human race and then whatever else is intertwined with us, we're all a little fucked up. So it's weird.
I would think 2020 would be a great year for an alien invasion.
That'd be great. I mean,
Like numerically, 2020.
if we can get Will Smith
Right.
over here.
Well, like 2018, 2019, 2021, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That's the year an alien invades.
Well,
Do you think they're going to kill or eat any of us if they come?
oh yes, definitely.
So how do...
Well, there's, like I said, there's certain breeds of them. There's breeds that do eat us. There's
So
breeds that are
if the
here that
Greys,
eat us.
if the Greys
The Greys
come,
don't eat us. They just fuck with us.
which ones eat us?
So
Can you tell me something?
So there's a race called the reptilians, and those are the ones that eat people.
Yo, half the celebrities are those.
Yes, they are.
I've seen those videos. Some of those celebrities I'd let eat me, though.
Oof.
Just
I'm not gonna lie, maybe me too.
throwing it out there, girl.
That's right.
So, 2020, the year of the reptilians, maybe.
I think that they control a lot.
I agree.
I think they control a lot. I think they control the media. I think they control music, Hollywood. I think that's the Illuminati's full of them. I even think the president is one.
What
But
about Bible thumpers that believe that aliens are demons?
Well, see, then here you go with the balance, with the two different sides,
Right.
with what I was saying before. I believe the aliens and I believe in divine. I believe that those two really exist. I believe there's angels. I believe there's demons. There's a heaven and there's a hell. I think there's all of that.
And demonically possessed aliens.
That would be a good movie.
A demonically possessed alien. Can you imagine? You can't kill him.
That'd be fun.
You can't kill him.
Yeah. A zombie demonically possessed alien.
A zombie demonically
Ooh.
possessed.
I'd like to try out for that role.
Immortal but suicidal.
Oh, that's nasty.
A suicidal immortal
Maybe
person.
with a drinking problem.
Can't
oh my
kill
God.
themselves but keeps
Oh.
trying. Ah! When is this gonna end? An immortal, suicidal, zombie possessed alien coming in 2020.
Don't watch too much YouTube.
Yeah, you'll turn into this.
Unless it's Justin and I.
I mean,
Right, yeah, watch the
This is
shit
what
out of that.
happens when you go down YouTube rabbit holes for too long.
it's not just YouTube rabbit holes. I mean, that's the other thing with technology is arming yourself with knowledge. You can find anything today.
You should go out and do your own
online.
research.
Do your research. Google, to YouTube, whatever. There, like I said, there's a lot of crap, but there's a lot of stuff that's actual facts and real.
Have you guys
You know?
heard of Shgoogle? It's coming out in 2020. Shgoogle. It's crazy. It's this alien thing. Great search engine though. Shgoogle.
Yeah, just Google it. Just Google that?
Just Google it.
You should Google
Hey,
that.
listen, I found this next video that we're gonna watch right
Oh.
now on Shgoogle. It's actually like a rebuttal.
Yeah.
It's like the other side of the argument. So let's give this a go. This is
Okay.
also Michael Stone's favorite guy, Neil
Oh,
deGrasse.
Neil. Yeah. I have my ups and
I
downs
saw it
with
in The
him.
Last Jedi, but we should probably figure out the practicality
Yeah.
of this with
I'm gonna tell you about what he
astrophysicist
said here.
director of the Hayden Planetarium, Neil deGrasse Tyson, rock star. of
Reptilian?
science explanation.
No,
Real
and let me
genius
tell
of
you,
the movies.
this interview, they paid him to say that. I can guarantee you that 1,000%.
Oh yeah,
Because he
thank
knows
you.
what's
yeah,
up.
I'm still shocked that people care about it at the level
You
they have.
shouldn't be. You are our science explainer in chief, and so explain what you see on that video.
Well, so people I think have conflated the concept of a UFO with whether we're visited by aliens.
Right.
UFO means unidentified
Fine object.
flying object.
Right.
This is a
How much
highly
did they pay you, Neil?
non-specific term.
Yeah.
It is so non-specific, it admits you don't know what you're looking at.
But what's driving that thing? It's not a space alien.
It's unidentified.
Okay.
So
That's not good enough.
well,
Exactly.
So the universe brims with mysteries. And so just because you don't know what it is you're looking at doesn't mean it's intelligent aliens visiting from another planet.
Yes.
You just said you don't know what you're looking at. So it's not, you cannot, as a next sentence, say, therefore it must be anything.
Yes, but you know what we're looking at. You stare at the cosmos for a living.
I'm not authorized to go beyond this part.
See?
Wow. You're in. We're serious. So
No, a
wait,
couple of things. Just
what do you see?
consider what made people interested in this is that it involved the Pentagon and $22 million, or whatever the figure was. Consider, by the way, that's $22 million over 5 years, and the Pentagon's budget is huge. So how much of the Pentagon budget is that? It's 0.0001% of the Pentagon budget. So A. B, it's a flying object and we don't know what it is. I would hope somebody is checking it out. I would hope there's a program of our Defense Department to make sure they do not pose a threat. And sure enough, that's what that program was.
It just buzzed away. They didn't know what it was.
Of course.
We still don't know. It's a mystery.
We still don't know.
But hold on.
And I'm cool with that.
Okay, that's where we differ. You're cool with letting that.
Scientists
live
live
out there.
in mystery every day of our lives. There is the circle of knowledge that we have, and then there is beyond that circle is the unknown. And even as the perimeter of that knowledge grows, okay, as the area of the knowledge grows, so does the perimeter of our ignorance. All right, because it's touching this wider and wider area.
Okay, I understand.
So
but
people are uncomfortable not knowing,
Well,
not the scientist. I'm fine. We don't know what it is. Keep checking it out.
Okay,
Go
but hold on a second. There's
call
another
me
question.
when you have dinner invite from an alien.
That's
a
so
different
you're
conversation.
skeptical. You're skeptical that space aliens have visited Earth.
The evidence is so paltry for aliens to visit Earth. I have no further interest. Let other people who care go ahead. And then when you finally find some aliens, bring them into Times Square. No, there are too many weird people.
That's not how it works.
You will not stand out in time.
Right.
And try not to come back during Comic-Con when the alien would just blend in. Go to the county
Right.
fair or something where there's a uniformity of who's there.
I feel like he's making fun of
Yes.
the situation.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I don't know if he's making fun of it. I think that he's saying what scientists do.
Really believe, like, I don't know what
We'll
it is.
find it sooner
Figure
or
it out
later.
yourself.
We'll figure it out sooner or later if there's no answer. That's what they do.
Right. But he's not denying it, and he's not acknowledging it either.
Right.
I
But
kind
it
of
could
think
be anything. Because he's right. Nobody knows that it's going
what was
from
that thing?
an
Yeah.
unidentified flying object that any government on the planet could have secretly made to aliens. To me, I can't.
Or that
take
could have been
I can't
space
take that
garbage.
step.
That could have been an old
space garbage.
old
Who knows?
satellite.
Old satellite. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows? What's your response to that? Because I could see it made you feel a lot of different types of ways.
it did, and I'll tell you why. Because he said something here, and then there's other interviews that he did before and after this one where he said something completely different. Now we know he's super smart. He's got his books. He gets paid. He probably got paid to say that. That's what I feel.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't a free CNN interview.
No, but like I said, and this kind of ties into what I said before about feeding us little things here and there. I think there also needs to be a balance. So, when they give us this, I think they need to give us that too.
So that we have the power of choice.
Of choice.
Of which
so you
one.
can be like, oh, well, they showed us this, but then this guy said that, and he's super smart. You know what I mean? He writes books, and he looks at the stars all day.
Now I
love
feel
him.
like I get to make my decision.
Excuse me. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I'm sick, and I'm like...
No, it's okay. You should let me show the camera real quick her lip balm.
This is my lip balm.
Look, it's a little alien. Did you see that, Mike? And look, the actual lip balm is a brain. It's very clever. And it goes along with the theme of our chit chat today.
Yeah, and it's
So what would be advice you would give, both of you guys, to anyone that wants to know more about this situation?
aliens.
Yeah.
Research. Knowledge is power.
What would be a couple of good websites that you look at? What are, like, when you wake up in the morning? When you wake up in the afternoon.
That's better.
What what are your sources you go to? Like, what are a couple good sources that you go to?
Well, there's a few. One of the videos that we watched, that's one of my favorite on YouTube. It's called Secure Team 10. I mean, he debunks things and he'll show things that are garbage and say this is garbage.
That was the first video we saw, the funny one?
Right, no, the second one with where they're in Mexico.
Oh,
and then
right.
And then he'll show you videos like that where it's like, okay, I see, this is what he does for a living. He does this. He makes this, he sees hundreds of videos a day. He's seen from the worst to the best. And, and he doesn't just talk about, UFOs. It's other strange things going on in the world too. I like watching his videos. I really do. I have some other podcasts that I listen to on YouTube, but the only reason that I don't kind of tell people go listen to this and that, because what I like may not be something that you will like and that will draw your attention to that kind of subject.
Okay.
So again, if you do your research and you find something that you kind of connect with, you can kind of go with that. And then you can let your brain develop into, finding out the truth through what you watch. Because again, we live in a world that everything's easily accessible on YouTube and on Google, on Facebook, on Instagram. We have all these things that...
Right at our fingertips.
It's not just about reading a book that's in the library that you got to check out and not
People
return.
Still do that?
Huh?
People still do that?
Yeah, not return.
Let me ask you this. Someone that's so deeply involved, obviously, if I followed you, I could stay kind of up to date with what's going on.
You can, absolutely.
So how can I follow you?
Well, you can follow me on Facebook.
What is that?
Andrea Alonso on Facebook, or you can follow me on Instagram.
Which is
0805cat. Same picture as Facebook and Instagram.
So if someone in my position that I'm not going to every day go to an alien website. I'm not
Right.
going to listen to a podcast
If
because
you
I'm
have,
on one.
sorry, if you have a question, you mean?
Right. Well,
You're
if I just want to
curious.
kind of know what's up,
If you, yeah.
I can follow Andrea Alonso and stay up to date with what's going on.
You can absolutely follow me. You know, I talk to a lot of people. I have a few friends on Facebook that we talk about these kind of things. There's some discussion groups and things like that that I like to go on. I kind of ghost on it because I want to read what people are saying and kind of just take in everybody's experience. But I do that gaining knowledge of things before saying too much. So if anybody wants to know a little bit more about these kinds of things, or what I spoke about, like raising your consciousness and, you know, getting to a deeper level of yourself and you know, helping yourself internally, and then all that kind of comes to fruition.
But
with
there's
it.
a group that talks about this kind of thing.
There's several groups on Facebook that do, and like I said, I go
What
on
are a
them.
couple that we could watch
There's
if you're
one,
comfortable with giving them out?
I don't remember the name of it.
Because we can help these groups right now.
I mean, there's one, don't laugh. It's called,
Already laughing.
See,
That's like telling somebody, don't look down. You're always gonna look down, man. Why did I even say that? Don't look up. That's what I would say. Okay, keep that up.
well, you know, if you go on YouTube and you search for like certain topics, you'll find UFO pages, UFO groups. There's one that I follow and I just read what
If you go
people
on
say.
Facebook, you could probably put in UFO groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how
Maybe,
I
I
found
don't
I'm sure.
alien abduction groups, stuff like that, things that people kind of get together and chat about, that everybody's had their own experiences, that want to talk about it with other people if they want to talk about it openly. This is the first time I've said that openly, and now everybody knows.
I'm glad it
It's
happened with
out now.
us. It's out now.
But it helped you.
So really,
did.
you've got to
Look,
like.
I'm not saying that your life is better than it was a year ago.
It is.
I am all for that, for
Mhm,
sure. I
mhm.
just think it goes a little too far once you get past the consciousness thing.
And that's your opinion, but
Sure,
the
yeah.
good part about what she said is you could go, and you were saying it too, you go on Facebook, you find these groups, you go on YouTube, you find these groups. There's going to be groups that are at kind of every kind of level. People that are really into it, people that are skeptical, people that are kind of into it like me. You can kind of find your niche.
Right. And also, with that being said, you have to find a balance too. There's got to be a balance. You can't if you dive into something too deep, it's going to put you at a point where it's just going to become some like hysteria in your brain.
Mhm.
You're going to become obsessed with it. You're going to get crazy about it. And I think when that happens, that starts to be damaging to you.
Sure.
So you got to break the ice with other
Have you
things.
ran into people like that are like living out of their blinds? Like,
Right, yeah, like
the aliens are coming.
No, yes, and I've
There's
spoken to
stuff.
people like that, and
I mean, I was like that, but it
It's
was
scary.
crack that really did it.
well, that's probably what they're on.
It wasn't aliens. It was the crack in the stem. They're coming from it. I look okay, right? Yeah.
Your life stops right there.
Aliens coming! Where's my pipe? Oh shit! I hear him. Nope, it's the microwave, Justin. Oh, okay.
Oh god,
I thought it was the ship laying on the roof.
fuck. Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
You don't want to get caught up in it because your life stops right there.
Correct.
You move forward one more foot.
You'll lose
Correct,
yourself
you're
in
correct.
it.
I agree with
finished
that.
until you get out of it.
Correct. I
Yeah,
agree
you'll
with
lose
that.
yourself.
And that's you know that's like kind of an addict mentality. You get into something so hardcore that's all that you want to do. That's
You
what
obsess.
you obsess over it. Your life becomes that. I think you can learn and educate yourself with things like this, and believe in things without going overboard.
So you got to turn it off sometimes.
You got to turn it off. So when I feel like I've gone too far, maybe 2 or 3 days have
I'm
gone.
letting this control me.
Yes, maybe 2 or 3 days have gone, and I'm at work, and I'm like, making something at the table, and I'm like, what if? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta stop. So I get home and I watch some funny videos. I go on Comedy Central.
Do something.
I laugh.
Yeah, stupid.
I laugh.
That gets
I
your
watch-
mind off of that.
Get my mind off of that shit for now, because you gotta have that balance. You can't be crazy about it. And everybody has a right to their own opinion and the things that they like, and that's fine, because that's we have what we have ourselves.
I think that's
We
great
don't have to
advice.
follow,
I was so obsessed when I was 6 years old with Vanna White that it got to the point that I forgot about Tinker Toys.
Oh God, I can't.
Tinker Toys didn't exist. It was all Vanna White. I had to time out Vanna White and go
wow.
back to the Tinker Toy.
Yeah.
This has been a fun discussion.
Yes, it has.
And I think neither one of you budged on your feelings, and that's okay. any final thoughts on this subject? And we'll revisit this one. I think we're
I
going to
would
have to
love
come back
to.
to this because it's such a broad
Well, that's the
subject.
thing. There's so many levels to it. It's not just the spaceships and the UFOs and getting abducted. There's levels.
So we should do Illuminati next.
That's a big one. I got a lot to say about that.
I don't know any.
That's perfect.
Perfect.
That's
I don't
perfect.
even know what I've heard. I've watched a couple of flat Earth videos. That's all much as I know.
Oh,
about
the
that
flat
shit.
Earth thing.
That's the
what
Illuminati.
the Illuminati says.
Flat
Yeah.
Earthers
just
think
said.
the Illuminati.
I've
is
never
going-
heard of the Illuminati. That's what the Illuminati
That's
says.
where I heard of
Are
it.
you a Mason?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that me being part of this podcast is me slowly getting integrated into your Illuminati, Michael Stone. Because I've never heard of the Illuminati. Is what the
What is
Illuminati
that?
would say.
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it's supposed to be.
Well,
My boss might be a reptilian. Well,
I don't think so.
for Michael Stone and Andrea Alonso, I'm Justin Sims. This was a fun chit chat on Second Act Podcast. Tune in every Friday for a different chit chat. We're going to talk about everything. No subject is off limits. Right, Mike?
None.
None. Second Act Podcast. We out you here. Andrea Alonso, follow her.